Mulan, I will bring honor to us all.
Hi, the internet. Welcome to the What Else Show. I'm your host, Robert. This is Bethany.
Hi, internet.
And today we've got another brand new What Else Show for you. Bethany, what is today's What Else Show about?
We are reviewing Mulan, the live action DisneyPlus release.
Mulan released September 4th, 2020, exclusively on DisneyPlus. Extra premium, you have to buy it, right?
Yeah.
I think that was a $30 purchase.
Yes.
Does Disney care? It's 30 bones, bro. Anyways, we'll talk about our feelings on it, and I've also got a second opinion.
Yes.
Or I guess we're both one and two opinions. A third opinion?
I would say a third opinion. Yes.
I also have a third opinion.
We have a third opinion.
I'll put that in wherever I want.
We have a guest opinion.
A guest opinion.
Guest opinion.
That's what we have.
Yeah.
That'll come up a little later.
Yes.
Or right now. I haven't decided yet. This is Justin. We're getting his opinions on Mulan, released, doesn't matter. I'm going to say that in the other part. Justin?
Hi. So my thoughts on Mulan. I thought it was fine. It didn't really wow me in any way. I think it's hard to kind of be compared to the animated film when you take away Mushu and the musical themes. Then it's okay, well, now you need to up the ante more with maybe more wire work or stunts or more engaging action. I think with the action they did a little bit of that, but they could have gone even farther with that, and they could have utilized more of the wire work and not so much in the technical kind of camera work aesthetic of it. So it was fine. It was passable. I think the acting was good across the board, and yeah, nothing too crazy with that.
Whilst I was watching it, I was trying not to compare it to the animated film because I wanted to stand on its own, and it's, I would say, not completely different from the animated film, but very different from the animated film as far as tone and as far as subject matter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the story is very different. I'm not going to say completely different, but very different than I think the animated film.
Yeah, I think the execution on the story, they do their own thing, and it doesn't feel like it's treading the same ground as the animated film. I think it just makes it more of a more ordinary film when you don't have elements that were in the animated film, and it's hard to not compare the two. I think when the animated film when you compare it to Aladdin coming out and you add in all the elements that made Aladdin great in the animated film, it's hard to kind of go toe-to-toe with that when you're so vastly different with this film, where you take out musical sequence and key characters and moments that made the animated film work when you put it in the live action film, if that makes any sense. And I think it's hard with Mulan, where it's you kind of go away from the cartoon, do your own thing, and then you look at Lion King, and it's pretty much identical to the animated film. So it's people want something different, but then it's okay, well, if you're gonna do something different like Mulan, I think you should go farther with at least the action of the film.
I thought the story in general was a little weak. Mm-hmm. And I thought the action scenes were a little weak. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's a detriment to see the animated film first and compare it to that, or do you think you'd be better off not watching the animated? Do you think this is better for people who've never seen the animated? Mulan?
I think you'll get more out of Mulan if you watch the animated film, because I think the messaging there is stronger.
I think the storytelling is stronger in the animated.
Oh, 100%. I think the animated film, if we are to compare it to, which I think is inevitable, because at the end of the day, it's we're
I'm trying not to, but I know
it's hard. It's hard. It's we're children of the '90s, so it's we grew up. We grew up with the Disney Renaissance, so it's we've seen Aladdin, Lion King, and Mulan. Mulan's kind of at the tail end for us growing up, with Tarzan, but I think it's harder for us, for our generation, to watch it with without that context. But I think newer audiences, I think newer audiences who haven't seen Mulan would probably be more bored by this. And I think any fans of like maybe martial arts or kung fu or this genre of film would not be impressed by it. I think if they're better off watching the animated film at the end of the day.
I'm going to name one thing that I thought they did better in the original animated movie, and then you name a thing you thought they did better in the original animated movie.
Okay.
What I thought they did better in the original animated is that they established the side characters, the ancillary characters better. There were 3 main characters in the army, and you kind of got a feeling for their character and their motivations. And you really felt for them. But like in this, like I don't know any of their names. Yeah. I don't care. They died, they lived, who cares? I don't. Yeah,
I agree with that, and I was thinking about that when I was watching the film when we're first introduced to them in like the line when they're going up to check in or something. Like we get a sense of like their archetype, but we don't get a sense of who they are. And you definitely got like a greater and broader sense of them in the animated film. I think what the animated film did better in than what the live action one did was the characterization of Mulan. And I think it helps. Again, it comes back to I think having the song and music in there is just when you have the reflection song, you get a great sense of like who Mulan is as a character. And I think losing the music and losing the musical sequences like that in this kind of detriments the character a bit.
I agree. I think they do lose a lot with the because with all the songs in the original, they do a lot of montages, and that says a lot about the character, and they get it done quickly through the montages, through the songs. It explains a lot about the characters and their motivations and who they are.
Yes.
100% agree.
I agree.
All right. So if you wanted to give this Mulan that we currently watched, Mulan, what do we call it? Mulan live action
Mulan
DisneyPlus? Yeah. If you wanted to give it a number rating, what would you give it? Hold on, I'll get you a number.
Thank you. I give Mulan 3 out of 5 stars, and I recommend the original film.
over. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for being here, Justin. Thanks for giving us your opinion. We hope to see you in future episodes of The What Else Show.
Sweet. Thank you very much.
What did you think of Mulan?
I did not think it was good.
Didn't like it. What was wrong with it?
It was boring. It was too long. It was too slow. We've already seen this story. They used the score of the movie was some of the music from the animated movie, which I thought was fine. So there's no singing. It's all live action, but I was not impressed. I had trouble staying awake. Didn't enjoy it.
Oh, okay. Do you have anything positive to say about it?
I think this might be one of the situations where I appreciated the talent of some of the acting, but just overall didn't like the movie. So, yeah.
All right. What are you going to you ask me? You gonna ask me? Come on.
Yes.
You asked me to tell them what I think about the movie. Go.
Robert, what did you think?
What did I think about Mulan 2020 Disney Plus Extra Premium? It was overwhelmingly mediocre. Is that a thing?
That's a thing.
Yeah.
We can call that a thing.
And you're saying it's slow. I think the movie moves fast. It is long, but I think that it's paced. It has a quick pace to it. My biggest complaints from the movie is that I didn't really care about the characters or their journey. I didn't care about what happened to Mulan. Mulan, was always powerful, but she had to unlock her chi to be powerful, and once she did, she was invincible. It's just silly. I
agree, it was silly.
It would have been better if she was building her chi instead of unlocking her chi, if that makes any sense. Does that make any sense?
Well, I don't think necessarily she unlocked anything. I think she was like hiding it.
Right.
And then she didn't hide it anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a better way of saying it.
Yeah.
So that's like she was already super powerful, but she just needed to be super powerful.
She just needed to stop hiding who she was.
Yeah.
And like that was kind of the point of the film, you know.
Keeping it real.
Just keep it real.
They should have called this Keeping It Real movie.
Keeping it real.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess the story is muddled for me. I didn't care.
But you thought the pacing was fine?
I thought the pacing was fine. I thought it moved quickly.
Interesting.
And I thought some of the action sequences were good. You know, they were good. And I really liked the set piece of her home.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I really like that set piece, and I wish they would have spent more time there. The acting of the little girl in the beginning is so awful. God. I thought we were in for a real slog, but that
was just Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So in the animated one, there's a lot of, you know, magic and ancestors and things like that. And then in the live action one, they still incorporated, there's like this phoenix that flies around. But I was disappointed because I thought maybe it would have a little bit more realistic quality to it.
Yeah, it's like they got rid of the magic from the first one and then added their own magic into this one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would have been better taking out a lot of the magic and just relied on the action. They could have thrown in the whole thing about chi away. It was silly, and I think it hurt the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
The witch could have been the only like superpowered thing in it. I feel like that would have, you know.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Yeah.
That character just felt so out of place almost.
Yeah. What this movie is a squandered opportunity.
Yes.
Because I think with the amount of money and the amount of talent behind it, they could have made something special and decided not to.
Yes.
I don't think they decided not to, but that's just what happened.
I agree. It was a wasted opportunity. I was really glad there wasn't going to be any singing. So I was like, okay, there's no singing. It's not a musical. It's going to be a little bit more realistic. But it was so super Disney. Like, it's so Disney. There's no blood. There's like one scene where you see like a few drops of blood and like that's it. So that really kind of took away from like they're fighting a war. So like it took away from any sense of realism.
Very suitable for children.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
This movie is for kids that are not old enough to watch Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You know, for kids that are not old enough to watch House of Flying Daggers.
Yeah, they're too old for the cartoon, but they're not old enough for actual
movies.
For
kids that are not allowed to watch Hero. Watch Hero instead.
Watch Hero instead. Yeah,
Jet Li flick.
Oh gosh, such a phenomenal
film. Visually spectacular.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. Not like this movie at all.
Okay, we've heard your thoughts. Let's go ahead and rate it.
All right, we're gonna rate it.
Yeah, I dropped my number a second ago. You probably heard it. Let me go grab it.
Get your number. You ready to rate it?
I'm ready to rate it. You want to rate it first?
Sure.
Okay, you rate it first. Ooh, that's a low score.
I very seldom give movies 2s.
Low score.
Very low score. No recommendation. Don't bother. So 2, no recommendation.
All right. Well, I went a little higher. I went 3 because it does look good. I mean, it's fine. I'm not recommending it. It's fine, though. You know, I mean, the movie is what I said earlier, mediocre.
Yeah.
I think I said spectacularly mediocre. I said something mediocre, but it is very mediocre. So, I mean, if you have nothing to do and you want to waste your time, you'll give it a watch. You might enjoy it. you know?
Maybe. Yeah.
If you're too young to watch a real movie, go ahead. If you got little kids around and you need to watch a movie, but you want to watch some, choreographed fight scenes in that movie, but you can't because all these little kids are around, watch Mulan. But I give it a 3 with no recommendation.
All right.
Yep.
There we go. So there we have it.
Yep, that's Mulan. Should I take us out?
Yep, go ahead and take us out.
If you want to follow the show on Twitter, we're at What Else Show. We're also on Instagram at The What Else Show. Please like, subscribe, and share our videos on YouTube.
Share our videos.
Yeah, that's a really important one. Share them because like 3 people watched our last video. It was more than 3. It was at least 6.
It was at least 6. We got at least 6.
Say goodbye. We got to get out of here. We can't be bothering them with how awful our channel is. Come on. Bye, Internet.
Bye, Internet.
What do you call it? Like horse and pony show? Or